Project do?
What do you mean?
What time is our project due? What time is it?
Don't play with her, don't be dishonest. Ay. Still not understanding this logic. Hey, I'm back and I'm better.
Nah, we got this. We got it.
Did you get anything out of that? Right.
How are we really going to use this past this presentation? I mean, it's just going to get lost in our brain like everything else, right? Wrong. So what did you find?
Well, according to my calculations and my book studies, we actually use it every day.
The roots of DSP are in the 1960s and 1970s, when digital computers first became available. Computers were expensive during this era, and DSP was limited to only a few critical applications. Radar and sonar, where national security was at risk. Oil exploration, where large amounts of money could be made. Space exploration, where the data are irreplaceable. And medical imaging, where lives could be. The personal computer revolution of the 1980s and 1990s caused DSP to explode with new applications. Rather than being motivated by military and government needs, DSP was suddenly driven by the commercial marketplace. Anyone who thought they could make money in this rapidly expanding field was suddenly a DSP vendor. DSP reached the public in such products as mobile telephones, compact disc players, and electronic voicemail. This technology revolution occurred from the top down in the early 1980s. DSP was taught as a graduate level course in electrical engineering. A decade later, DSP has become a standard part of the undergraduate curriculum. Today, DSP is a basic skill needed by scientists and engineers. For example, music was always recorded and transmitted in analog form until the 1980s, when the CD player made digital recording of music common. When it's made in the studio, the music is first converted into electrical analog signal by a microphone, but then the electrical signal is converted into a sequence of zeros and ones by sampling and quantizing. It is the sequence of zeros and ones that etched it into the spiral track of the CD. And that is DSP. In the real world, analog products detect signals such as sound, light, temperature, or even pressure and manipulate them. Converters such as analog to digital then take the real world signal and turn it digital format of ones and zeros. From here, the DSP takes over by capturing the digitized information and processing it. It then feeds the digitized information back for use in the real world. It does this in one of two ways, either digitally or in an analog format by going through a digital to analog converter. All of this occurs at very high speeds, so don't worry, we're not going to slow it down. So as you can see, DSP is everywhere. It's all around us. So let's just take a little look on the inside. Well, inside of most DSPs, there is a program memory, which stores the programs the DSP will use to process data. Data memory stores the information to be processed. Compute engine performs the math processing, accessing the program from the program memory and the data from the data memory. And finally, input and output devices serves as a range of functions to connect to the outside world. That means connect me to you. ARM, originally Acorn Risk Machine, later Advanced Risk Machine, is a family of reduced instruction set computing architectures or RISC architectures for computer processors configured for various environments. A British company, ARM Holdings, develops the architecture and licenses to other companies who design their own products, such as system on chips that incorporate memories, radios, etc. It also designs cores that implement this instruction set that licenses these designs to a number of companies that incorporate those core designs into their own projects. That means they give it to them, they make something out of it. So, how much more do we have to do? Are you serious?
Bruh.
Did you get anything out of that? Three.
You used to call me on my. You used to. Yeah.